Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, and we ask Spirit to enlighten your understanding of the interpretation as well. And at the end, we will have one more card pulled, the Golden Nugget, that will help you to clarify if you have a question that pops up during your reading. All right. Pick the stone that you have a good hunch about, and we'll begin. For those of you who chose the turquoise, which I love, I always love turquoise, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Devil, and we have the Eight of Swords. We know right away what the Devil is then with this Eight of Swords. Look at this. Okay. So you might be in trouble lately with thinking. Now the Eight of Swords there's a lot of intellectual power there, but it's sort of entrapping, it's sort of limiting. There may be some things that you feel are barriers to you. You can't move forward. But it's only because you're not seeing everything. See, this woman has a blindfold on. You know, she could take the blindfold off, and she is not trapped in those swords. She can move through them. She could pull them out of the earth. That would be fine too. So there might be some reasons you feel trapped, and that might be bedeviling you. It might even be something that it's just like, maybe you're frustrated about it. Maybe it comes into your thoughts regularly as a situation you really wish was resolved, but it's not yet. So sometimes we just go through things, right, that are just sort of bedeviling, sort of difficult, and then we can feel a little trapped. And sometimes, frankly, we do need to take steps. We can't just, barrel forward. We do need to remove these one by one sometimes. And that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. The fact is, if we feel like there is a plan and we'll move along it in one step at a time, we won't feel trapped, Spirit is saying, let's get rid of the thinking. I mean, there are some things that you just can't figure out until you really are there, or you got more information. Let's quit that, and instead, Ace of Wands. Spirit is giving you the Ace of Wands, saying, here's a want to, here's a project, here's a goal, here's some temptation to an activity. And the Ace of Wands, it doesn't even have to be anything big, but I like it because it's sort of like you get the little temptation to, wouldn't that be interesting to do? Or, yeah, I really wanted to get that done today. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. Maybe you challenge the idea that you don't have time. Whatever these are. Maybe you challenge ideas that have prevented you from taking an opportunity or picking up a goal or a project or something. Maybe you challenge them today and you say, you know what? I'm just going to do. And, I'll figure it out along the way. That can be too. But sometimes we don't even realize that we're kind of stuck in something that's sort of counterproductive. We don't even realize it. And so sometimes this reading is telling you, action is better today. All right. For those of you who chose the Tiger's Eye, we have the King of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Three of Coins. So nothing major today, no major decision making today. This is simply about getting things done. It's about everything's moving forward very nicely. Even if you have a lot of priorities, a lot of things you're doing, guess what? You're not overburdened today. You're moving it all forward. I like this card because sometimes I feel like it's a reassurance that Spirit is saying, I know there are many things you are trying to move forward right now, many things important to you, but guess what? You're doing it, and I'm helping. Sometimes this is Spirit saying, I'm helping move everything forward. Like these arrows, they move on the wind, right? But look at that. They're all going forward. It's almost like this person's effort is times 8, right? Because of what Spirit is doing. And we can ask for that too. We can say, "Hey, please, Source, let me get it done today." Let my efforts be super fruitful. Let things go easily. We can ask for those things. The 3 of coins, this might have something to do with work with this 3 of coins, building something with others. Or it could have something to do with a plan that you have with this King of Swords. Also, this can be any kind of consulting with others. It can be benefiting from others' experience or their patronage, their help. And you're building something beautiful. You've begun. And it's going well. The King of Swords says your intellect is an asset today. You may have a plan for the day and you can follow it. I just see a really great day here where you've asked for help from Source and you get it. And things just move ahead nicely. So whether that's for today or you're viewing this later and it's for from here on out, I think that Spirit has a nice message for you today there. Okay. Now, for those of you who chose this interesting stripy stone, I hope that's the correct. I believe it is. It may not be in the correct order, but it will be in the description so that you can find your spot. Okay. We have the Fool, we have the 3 of Swords, and we have the 2 of Cups. So the Fool is your major arcana here, and that is a new beginning. That is being called to a new beginning in some area of your life, or, a new beginning in general. Now, the Fool, that energy in the journey of the Fool, in that story, the Fool comes up a couple times in that story. Certainly when the hero of the story is ready to just launch his journey. But then later again in the story, when there is a new beginning. So that is positive energy. That's saying there's something new coming in, and maybe you're ready for it. It kind of gets us ready for that. We may not be entirely clear because, the Fool isn't entirely clear. He's just going to go in this direction, and he's going to assume it's going to go well. And that's perfectly right. He should. Now, there may be something, this might be just some area of your life that keeps bringing frustrations or hurt, or there's some repeated pattern in this area of your life that brings painful thoughts. And I think that sometimes that 3 of Swords, it doesn't even have to be a big thing, but it's just we're fed up with it, Sometimes that 3 of Swords, when it comes up, it's another opportunity to change things so that you don't experience this again, so that you break a pattern. The 2 of Cups, now that's interesting. This could be regarding a relationship. In any case, this is a moment of conversation where you see eye to eye with someone, but this can also be a partnership, an agreement. Maybe there's somebody you're in relationship with, romantic or otherwise, and you do see eye to eye and you do consider yourself equals, and you make an agreement together that helps you to move into a new beginning, helps you to break away from this. Or this could be a new kind of connection that will be developing. So there's a lot of different readings in this, but it's a powerful reading, and I just feel it's a transformative kind of reading, like leaving this behind, moving into this. So Spirit is definitely helping you. There is a new beginning coming in. Okay, for those of you who chose to wait until we have this gold nugget card, that card for clarification is the Hanged Man. I think we got this just last week for the clarifying card. Now, the Hanged Man is a major arcana, and it is saying there may be a delay. There may be a delay. There may be some things you have no power over. You just have to wait them out. But now this man, he is going to wait it out in a yoga pose. He's going to say, I accept this. This is all right. And not only that, but he's going to get a new perspective while he's waiting. Sometimes those delays, or the fact that, or maybe you feel like, yes, there's something new coming in, but it's not time yet. See, sometimes it really is time to give it a little time to brew in the back of your mind and in your spirit. And in the Rider-Waite, there's like a halo around his head. There's a little bit of that here too, where he becomes enlightened. He can see things from a new perspective. So I always feel like that Hanged Man is talking about the value of a pause, talking about the value of really trying to look at things in a new way, or just giving it time, the ideas time to mature in your mind. So that is an interesting card. Well, I thank you all so much. Hit the notification, the subscribe, and the bell if you want to be notified of these readings. And I hope you have a terrific day. Bye-bye.